Lately, our society has downplayed the importance of men in our communities, which is a disservice to the nuclear family and both sexes as a whole, because we are social creatures and we have to learn to work together, if not learn to love each other. This idea that men are not needed is fundamentally wrong and emotional. In reality, men and women are needed, and so much more can be achieved together than separated. But that can be another topic for another day. We are here to talk about the power of the father in the family and the community. Men fulfill an important role in the infrastructure of everyday society, but they fulfill an equally, if not more important role in the home and the nuclear family. Men tend to set the tone and the direction of relationships, which eventually trickle down into the family structure as fathers. Fathers can and should be an integral part of the development of the children and the family. Fathers are the one to teach boys how to treat women and girls, what to expect from men. It is no secret that men and women are sexual creatures. With that comes discipline and control, which are very needed if we as people and communities want to succeed. People, especially men, are visual creatures and will treat each other as well as women according to how you physically portray yourself. Saying all that, you then can imagine why respect is earned and not given. Carrying yourself in a modest, sophisticated, and calm manner tends to project a more disciplined mind, which in turn tends to portray a stronger sense of respect for yourself and others. For men, respect is love. So how can you respect and or love anyone else if you don't respect yourself? Fathers tend to want the best for their daughters. And if you train your children, especially your daughters, well, they will trust your advice and judgment, at least in a perfect world. People will be people. Even fathers are people, but the stronger our family bonds become, the better our relationships will be. Fathers help the community in other ways. Just like in the workplace, men work hard to help build, run, and protect the community. The men, especially the fathers, show the next generations what are some of the challenges and expectations of them as men. Boys, just like girls, look for people like themselves and are constantly watching and asking questions to understand who they are and what they want out of life. Life tends to build these boys into men, but the men guide and help the children navigate the pitfalls, disappointments, and achievements of life. The strength of a man, physically, mentally, and spiritually, is unmatched. There is a reason why men tend to be the rock or foundation of the relationship and family. Men have held many key leadership positions in the community, but in the past decade alone, there has been a push to promote women into leadership positions over men. No one will say that women aren't competent leaders or downplay the importance of women in society, but men do have an advantage in making hard decisions in spite of personal feelings, a trait that goes against the feminine nature of a woman. Of course, it would be naive to think that there are not fathers who neglect their children and community. As I said earlier, life tends to shape these boys, these children, too many variables to necessarily point fingers, but the men who neglect their children know who they are. They will have a reckoning for their actions. Any child affected by the actions of non-existent father have their own struggles. Regardless of the situation, for you to heal, to grow, and to move on, you will have to forgive them. Not for their sakes, but for yours. Sins of the father do affect the child, especially the sons. For the fathers that step up to take on the world, eyes wide open for the well-being of their families and children. If no one else says it, let me be the one to say thank you. Because of you, we do not fall. Make this a moment to let the men in your life know that their sacrifices and efforts do not go unnoticed and unappreciated. The true power of the Father is great and much needed. Please discuss this with friends and family and in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, go hard or go home, fire and iron build steel.